Good afternoon. I'm Karen Stanwood, Director of Electronic Publishing and Production at Slack Incorporated. And I'm here with Jennifer Regala to talk about our poster regarding our virtual networking pilot group and how the pandemic changed everything. Jennifer.
Yes, hi, I'm Jennifer Regala. I'm the Director of Publications at the American Urological Association. And Karen and I are going to share a bit about why we started a virtual networking group with SSP and how things ended up changing after March of 2020. So Karen and I, we actually met through SSP and enjoyed informally networking with one another, and in full disclosure became dear friends over time, but had the idea together to have a chance, a place for SSP members to network in an accessible setting. I am a co-chair of, I'll just give an example, I'm a co-chair of the DC regional group, and we found that there were people who it was too far for them to travel. They couldn't get to a meeting location because of metro. Our hours were prohibitive. Childcare was prohibitive. There were any multitude of reasons why people couldn't meet those meetups. And then of course, when we have the SSP meeting at large, cost is very prohibitive, and there's many other factors. So when Karen and I were talking, we thought, wouldn't it be great to have a virtual group of people who are in like stages of their career, and perhaps though in different sectors of the scholarly publishing field. So for instance, librarians, people who work in editorial, people who work on the vendor side, and so forth and so on. So together we worked to put a pilot together. We co-wrote that and presented that to the SSP board. And in February of 2020, our idea was approved. So it's really important for us to emphasize here though, that we had this idea, this whole virtual group, we thought this out well before we knew about what was going to happen in March of 2020. And, you know, we all know the devastation that happened at that time and continues to happen now. You know, how devastating the effects were, not only on the workplace, but on humans everywhere. Despite that, the abrupt changes that came with March 2020, though, we did go ahead with our pilot group launch in April 2020. I forgot that I was supposed to turn the slide, but we'll just
Thank you, Jennifer. So you can see on our poster the results of our evaluation. We met 12 times with our group of 12 individuals, and we were very successful in terms of achieving the success metrics that we had set out in our proposal to the board. However, the pandemic truly did change everything, and we were all experiencing Zoom fatigue from our day jobs, you know, and another meeting on the books was somewhat challenging for the group, and everything was pivoting to virtual. So our original goals of connecting people virtually became the entire marketplace. So what we decided was, even though our program was successful, was that it might not be serving its original purpose and it might not be adding anything in the current landscape. So we made the very difficult decision to table the program until in-person conferences and meetings resume. And we also understand that we need to really look at the feedback that we got from our pilot group and strategically plan for future groups. We understood that we need to devote time and resources toward documenting group goals and formulating a structure, training future facilitators, developing agendas for those meetings, and really spending time relationship building with the future participants. We were lucky that we were familiar with all of the people in our pilot group and had worked with them or knew them personally, but that's not going to be the case with future groups, and we need to accommodate that. So it was a difficult decision. We think it's the right decision for right now and the way that everyone is working and networking in the current space. But we really look forward to moving the pilot program, rolling it out to the larger SSP community when the time is right. And thank you all for coming to our presentation today.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Karen. You were a great partner to work on for this.
Oh, and you as well, Jennifer. Thank you all.
Thanks.